打几浪一个？打几浪我打幾人啊？你嚇失禮啊！衰狗！喂，係咪少見格幾蘭佢啊？可能有後底響到咧，格幾蘭啊！
We'd like to remind passengers on the upper deck to please remain seated while the vehicle is in motion and to keep hands, arms, legs and heads within the sides and rear walls of the vehicle at all times. Thank you very much. To those passengers who have just joined us, we would like to welcome you aboard this Stagecoach 599 service. We're now travelling through the village of Grasmere. Grasmere is a large but picturesque village and home to St Oswald's Church, where William Wordsworth and his family are buried. The Wordsworths lived in two properties in the village, our own bank on the outskirts and the other one. It's also Grasmere gingerbread, baked here to a secret recipe since 1854.
Maybe a bad idea, this.
The next stop is Dove Cottage. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
You can see Dove Cottage behind the building is next to the car park. It was built in the 17th century as a public house and was first recorded as the Dove and Olive in 1617. It remained a pub until it closed in 1793. It was then converted into a house, and its most famous residents, William Wordsworth and his sister Dorothy, arrived in 1799, and later Wordsworth's new wife Mary. Thomas Quincy, a journalist and writer, was a permanent guest at that cottage, and in 1780 we found out how to move it to our own bank in the village of Grasmere. That cottage was hired by the Wordsworth Trust in 1890, and built in the public in 1891. Inside, the cottage looks the same now as it did in Wordsworth's day. It's 1 mile long, half a mile wide, and 75 feet deep. Grasmere is slightly larger than Rydal. The island in the centre is said to have been a favourite place for the William Wordsworth, who lived in the nearby residences Dove Cottage and Harrow Bank. Rydal Water is one of the smallest bodies of water in the Lake District and classed as a lake. It's only a quarter of a mile long and a quarter of a mile wide. It's also shallow, with a maximum depth of 50 feet. Behind the lake is Lochwood Terrace, an easy walking area, also contains Rydal Caves, a man-made cabin on the hillside, which is public sea.
The next stop is Rydal. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We're now entering Rydal, most famous is Rydal Mount, where the first Woodworth lived until his death in 1850. Some of the house dates back to 1574. It was enlarged in 1750 and has changed little since. It's now a Grade 1 listed building. Rydal Mount is not the obvious large building you can see through the trees. That's Rydal Hall, built in the 16th century. Its present look dates from the early 19th century. This is the so-called New Hall, built by the first Sir Michael de Fleming in the 16th century, enlarged in the 17th century and altered and refaced in the 18th century, with the main front dating from the early 19th century. The original Rydal Hall was closer to the current road, but was in ruins by the end of the 16th century. The village of Rydal was built on the trade route between Ambleside and Kendal, originally a pack-horse trade, but developed into a turnpike road in the 18th century. There was also a medieval deer park dating to the 13th century on the other side of the river. This shaped the development of the village. No building was allowed in the park.
The next stop is Ambleside Health Centre. Please ring a bell if you wish to alight here.
似係啦。
係啊，
誒得3條。
好似菊花仔
呢啲啦。
wish to alight here.
We're now approaching Ambleside town centre. Passengers wishing to catch the 505 service to Hawkshead and Coniston and the 516 service to Elterwater and Dungeon Hill should change here. If you're leaving with us here, we'd like to remind you to check all your personal belongings with you. And thank you again for using this service today, and we hope to see you again soon.
Where you live in 6 acts, just go straight. And that really
Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We'd like to remind passengers on the upper deck to please remain seated while the vehicle is in motion and to keep hands, arms, legs and heads within the sides and the walls of the vehicle at all times.
The next stop is Waterhead Pier. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We'll shortly be arriving at Waterhead, home of Ambleside's Lake Pier. There are a number of small shops and cafes in the area, and just around the corner is Borrens Park, with access to the lake's shore, perfect for a stroll. If you're looking to take a lake cruise, please alight here.
stop is Lowood. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We're about to pass Lowood Bay. If you look out over the lake, you'll see, without it's not raining, a stunning view over Lake Windermere to the Langdale Pikes. We believe this is the best view from a bus stop in the world. The lake itself is England's largest. Because mere means lake, there's no need to call it Lake Windermere, just Windermere will do. The lake has a number of small wooded islands. These are owned by the National Trust and accessible by boat. The largest island is Belle Isle, named after Isabella, the wife of John Cowan, who completed the unusual circular house on the island. The lake was used by the Romans to move quarried stone, and excavations for the current house revealed remains from Roman occupation. There are 10 acres of formal gardens and 20 acres of informal gardens and meadows. Its attractions include the centre itself, a cafe, a restaurant called the Garden, named after the original owners, woodland, lakeside walks, adventure playground, formal and informal gardens, and a treetop trek, aerial assault course, and treetop nets to entertain kids and adults alike.
The next stop is White Cross Bay. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We're about to pass White Cross Bay Holiday Park. This place has a fascinating history. During World War II, the site was a factory owned by the Short brothers, in which Sunderland flying boats were made. The original factory was in Rochester in Kent, before that became a target for Luftwaffe. Production moved to the shores of Windermere. Around 35 flying boats were built and launched here, with most bound for protection as U-boat hunting roles for the Atlantic convoys. The location was ideal, as it was sheltered, isolated, and had easy access to a large open stretch of water and planes to take off. The Short brothers also built a small village, Colgarth, to house the workers, which is now part of the holiday park. As we approach the roundabout, the road up the hill leads to Kirkston Pass, then Rydal and Ullswater. Kirkston Pass, at an altitude of almost 1,500 feet, is the Lake District's highest pass you can drive over. There's a pub at the summit, the Kirkston Pass Inn, which is the third highest pub in England and generates its own power using wind turbines. Rydal is a small village that sits at the southern end of Ullswater, and in the shadow of the Brockhole, England's third highest mountain. It's popular with walkers and with tourists who take the lake steamers to Pier Bridge at the north end of the lake. Ullswater is the second largest lake in the Lake District, behind Lake Windermere. It's 9 miles long and 3/4 of a mile wide at its widest point, but it's relatively shallow, at around 200 feet at its deepest. Before the county of Cumbria was formed, Ullswater was the boundary between the counties of Cumberland and Westmorland. It's widely considered to be one of the most beautiful of the English lakes and has been compared to Lake Lucerne in Switzerland, with stunning views and scenery. Stagecoach's seasonal 508 service passes through Glenridding and travels the length of Ullswater before continuing to Penrith. We'll shortly be arriving at Windermere Station. Please change here for the number 6 service to Ulverston and Barrow, the seasonal 508 service to Glenridding, Ullswater and Penrith, the 555 service to Keswick, Kendal and Lancaster. As we turn into the station, we'll pass the Tourist Information Centre. Windermere train station used to be much bigger, with 4 platforms and a large canopy. The canopy is now part of Booth's supermarket. We'd like to remind passengers on the upper deck to please remain seated while the vehicle is in motion and to keep hands, arms, legs and heads along the sides and rear walls of the vehicle at all times. Thank you very much. We're now approaching the town of Windermere, not to be confused with the lake, which is about a mile and a quarter away. Originally called Braithwaite, this tiny hamlet grew with the arrival of the railway in Victorian times. When the train station was named Windermere, the growing town also adopted the name. The railway is one of the easiest ways of getting here, but faced a lot of opposition when it was being built. Even the poet William Wordsworth was against it, writing several letters to London newspapers. The railway helped tourists visit the Lake District for the first time. In the first year, almost 120,000 visitors came by train, with the option of being transported to the lake shore by horse and carriage. Today, you can take the bus or enjoy the stroll.
The next stop is Badley Clock. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We will soon be passing the Badley Clock Tower, which marks the boundary between Windermere and Bowness-On-Windermere. It was built in 1907 in memory of Mountford John Bird Badley, a local author of travel and guidebooks, and whose works are believed to have inspired Alfred Wainwright to write his famous Lake District guides.
I used to live in Livery, and I used to live in Shorter T-shirt. You know what? It's like Forestdale, somewhere in Forestdale. So it's also like one.
We'll just make out the dead or comfortable. Yeah, do it. I've had them on my shoulders forever.
I haven't been off the box either. Maybe I'm just like on a break or something. Yeah, just a second.
That's usually off 2 minutes.
The lower pit is the station of Bowness-On-Windermere. Like Windermere itself, Bowness massively in the 19th century. Although there was a small fishing village on the shores of the lake dating back to the 14th century. This end of the town is the main shopping area, with the lake a little further on. It is also home to the World of Beatrix plot of attractions, where you can see all of your favourite characters like Peter Rabbit and Mrs. Tiggywinkle. You will soon see the stretch of water known as Windermere. This is England's largest lake, it's over 10.5 miles long and just under a mile wide. It's a timber lake, formed around The lake has a number of small islands. These are owned by the National Trust. The largest one is a Kendal, named after Isabella, the wife of John Curran, who completed the unusual service of the island.
開車喎，慢慢揾先。
It was also a 13th century continuing music, which was abandoned in the 14th century.
而家唔得住，喺呢度先。我轉頭見啊！
中船㗎，前面落去先啦。
你得吧？你得未得？好啦好啦好啦好啦 ，OK 好啦，好啦好啦。
The next stop is Bowness Pier. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We will shortly be arriving at Bowness Pier. Please note, some journeys will terminate here. If the bus turns into the Pier concourse, it's terminating here. If not, it's continuing to Braithwaite Fold. Pier is one of three main pier heads on the lake, along with Lakeside to the south and Waterhead to the north. For anyone wishing to take a cruise on the lake, the ticket office for Windermere Lake Cruises is on the Pier concourse. If you're leaving us here, please check you have all your personal belongings with you. And we thank you for using the service today and hope to see you again soon. Should be arriving at Braithwaite Fold, the terminus of the service. If you stay on the bus for the return journey, the bus will depart in a few minutes. If you're leaving us here, please check you have all your personal belongings with you. Thank you for using the service today, and we hope to see you again soon. to remind passengers on the upper deck to please remain seated while the vehicle is in motion and to keep hands, arms, legs and heads within the sides and rear walls of the vehicle at all times. Thank you very much.
啲鬼嗰陣啲餐館。
Hadley Clock Tower, which marks the boundary between Windermere and Bowness-On-Windermere. It was built in 1907 in memory of Mountford John Burr Badley, a local author of travel and guidebooks, whose works are believed to have inspired Alfred Wainwright to write his famous.
The next stop is Braithwaite Square. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We have to remind passengers on the upper deck to please remain seated while the vehicle is in motion and to keep hands, arms, legs and heads within the sides of the wheel of the vehicle. Thank you very much. We're now approaching the town of Windermere, not to be confused with the lake, which is about a mile and a quarter away. Originally called Braithwaite, this tiny hamlet grew with the arrival of the railway in Victorian times. When the train station was named Windermere, the growing town also adopted the name. The railway is one of the easiest ways of getting here, but faced a lot of opposition when it was being built. Even the poet William Wordsworth was against it, writing several letters to London newspapers. The railway helped tourists visit the Lake District for the first time. In the first year, almost 120,000 visitors came by train, with the option of being transported to the lake shore by horse and carriage. Today, you can take the bus or enjoy the stroll. We are shortly be arriving at Windermere Station. Please change here for the number 6 service to Bowness-On Barrow, the seasonal 508 service to Glenridding, Ullswater and Penrith, and 555 service to Keswick, Kendal and Lancaster. As we turn into the station, we pass the Tourist Information Centre. Windermere train station used to be much bigger with 4 platforms and a large canopy. The canopy is now part of Bruce Supermarket.
yeah, that's
Matt Black
yeah,
is
yeah.
it, mate? What's this car? Yeah. No, the FX6. Oh yeah, the cars. Pretty expensive, but only like 100 though.
We'd like to remind passengers on the upper deck to please remain seated while the vehicle is in motion and to keep hands, arms, legs and heads within the sides and rear walls of the vehicle at all times. Thank you very much. For those passengers who just joined us, we would like to welcome you aboard the Stagecoach 599 service to Ambleside and Grasmere.
Great.
Yeah, 2021.
Not too bad then.
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
They are really nice there.
The next stop is Hammerbank. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
As we approach the roundabout, the road up the hill leads to the place of Paris, then Rydal and Oswald. Kirsten Palace, at altitude of over 1,500 feet, is the Lake District's highest pass you can drive over. There's a pub at the summit, the Kirsten Inn, which is the third highest pub in England, and generates its own power using large wind turbines. Reading is a small village that sits at the southern end of Oswald, in the shadow of Kendal, England's tallest mountain. It's popular with walkers and with tourists who take the lake steamers through the bridge at the north end of the lake. Oswald is the second largest lake in the Lake District, Waterhead Inn. It's 9 miles long and 3/4 of a mile wide, its widest point, but it's relatively shallow, at around 200 feet from its deepest. Until the county of Cumbria was formed, Oswald is the boundary between Kendal and Western. It's widely considered to be one of the most beautiful of the English lakes, and has been compared to Lake Lucerne in Switzerland, with stunning views to sea.
The next stop is Troutbeck Bridge. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
Ferraris are so nice.
Yeah, but you have to be into the side cover.
Yeah, Porsche should have to wait like wait in
So Ferrari.
Who's on a Ferrari? It's not much weight.
It's just better far around the Ferrari.
I think money.
Oh.
Yeah, Porsche will wait less.
Porsche weight.
Yeah, but Porsche
It's like Porsche more entry level than Ferrari. Now,
Yeah.
now it's like Tesla.
And it'll get Porsche
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, but Ferrari was always
Yeah.
better than Porsche. Ferrari. It's always better than Porsche.
What? Ferrari,
Yeah.
No, Ferrari's here, Porsche.
Yeah.
And then it started to go down.
Well, it depends on the racing car. Porsche beat it. Only just got that one car though. But Ferrari overall is smashing it. It's all been out.
Ferrari was the one where you have to like,
Oh, the Hennessy.
you have to buy some.
That's the racing car.
The Hennessy car. That's the fast car.
The next stop is White Cross Bay. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We're about to pass White Cross Bay holiday park. This place was a fascinating history. During World War II, the site of a factory owned by the Shaw brothers, in which Sunderland flying boats were made. The original factory was in Rochester in Kent, but when that became a target for the Luftwaffe, production moved to the shores of Windermere. Around 35 flying boats were built and launched here, with most bound for protection of the U-boat hunting roles for the Atlantic convoys. The location was ideal, as it was sheltered, isolated, and had easy access to a large open stretch of water for the planes to take off. The Shaw brothers also built a small village, Kendal, to house the workers,
Yeah,
which is now part of the holiday park.
Open at 9. The Golf 5 is cost on that.
Yeah, coincide disco. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's the SSC tutorial?
What's that?
I got negative ball because swear that is actually me. Is that a Chinese car?
That's the fastest car in
Is that a Chinese car?
What's the fastest car in Portland?
The Lotus.
Lotus what?
BYD.
Lotus. They said to a fastest car. It's the fastest car in Horizon. Yeah, have you? What's up?
It's a good track car.
The next stop is Brockhole. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
Coming up is the Brockhole National Park Visitor Centre. Once a private dwelling owned by the Gadden family, designated by manager Beatrix Potter, it became a convalescent home during World War II and latterly the National Park Visitor Centre in 1965. There are 10 acres of formal gardens and 20 acres of informal gardens and meadows. Its attractions include the centre itself, a cafe, a restaurant called the Gadden, named after the original owners, woodland, lakeside walks, an adventure playground, formal and informal gardens, and a treetop trek, aerial assault course, and treetop nets to entertain kids and adults alike. We're about to pass London Bay. If you look out over the lake, you'll see, without it's not raining, a stunning view of Windermere to the Langdale Pikes. We believe this is the best view from a bus stop in the world. The lake itself is England's largest. Because Pier means lake, there's no need to call it Lake Windermere, just Windermere will do. The lake has a number of small wooded islands. These are owned by the National Trust and accessible by boat. The largest island is Bella, Isabella, the wife of John Coley, who completed the unusual circular house on the island. The lake was used by the Romans to move quarried stone in excavations to become
Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
You're sure to be arriving at Waterhead, home of Ambleside's Lake Pier. There are a number of small shops and cafes in there, but just around the corner is Bowness Park, with access to the lake's shore, perfect for a stroll. If you're looking to take a lake cruise, please alight here. This was soon abandoned. The site was redeveloped in the 2nd century AD, when a second floor, stone built this time, was constructed in its place. The house was 500 feet into it. It was built in the top one was
I vomited on the trip. On top.
Oh, let's go.
Tomo, yeah, he literally like pushed me like onto the floor. Like,
And you said,
yeah. I'll get this. And he's like, what the fuck? And just jumped and ran away.
I'm glad you got it.
Nah, he barely got in it. He's a beast.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And Steve, yeah, he just sat there. He sat right next to me and just sat there.
I think I'd be like shocked that I would leave.
Yeah. And then, you know, after we got there,
Yeah.
I was just sat there on the bus, like, just shocked.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was
We
missing.
don't stick the whole bus out there.
It was just the back in it, and it was like 2-3 minutes before we got there.
Oh, right, I was fine.
And what teacher?
Wait, was it on the way down? On the
Yeah,
way
on the way down.
Oh, so you have to go the whole trip? No.
And then I don't know which. It was one of the geography teachers. She handed me this big of a square of tissue.
It'll be even fun.
Yeah. And then like I talked to
Next
Mr.
stop
Great
is
Page.
Ambleside Road. Please ring the bell if you wish to alight here.
We're now approaching Ambleside Town Centre.
But you don't
Passengers wishing to catch the 505
Like, I had
service
business
to Brockhole and Coniston,
Not
and the 516 service to Elterwater and Dungeon Gill should change here. If you're leaving with us here, we'd like to remind you to check the phone belongs with you. Thank you again for using this service today, and we hope to see you again soon.
We're going to watch the review of you guys.
That's what's about.